what's up? It's Tamar Charmaine again. I apologize for not getting my vlog out on Wednesday. Wait, hold up. Before I even get there, I know you guys probably noticed there's something different about me. I have straight hair. I'm trying to do protective styling because I got a mini haircut trim in June, and I had a lot of split ends, and I'll talk about that more on Monday, or which is my designated day to really go in about hair and beauty and stuff. But I just wanted to point that out because I'm sure if you've watched my videos before, know me, notice that I have straight hair. On Fridays are going to be hot topics. So today is Friday. Today I wanted to just go over some stuff that happened during this week, current events, hot topics that people were talking about. So one thing, the first thing I wanted to bring up was, I don't know if you guys heard this over this week on social media or television, but apparently somebody got married and a guest didn't show up, and so the person sent the guest a $75 bill for their plate for their wedding. There's a lot of different opinions on this. There's a couple of things I have to say about that. First of all, a wedding is very, very expensive, and $75 can go towards something else. It can go to, I don't know, an extra flower. It just can go to something else, especially if it's a young couple trying to get on their feet. So I understand that. However, at the same time, it is kind of petty and not so classy. But at the same time, that person RSVP'd, said they were going to be there, and they didn't show up. And the reason why they didn't show up was because they didn't have a babysitter for their children. I personally believe in inviting children to weddings. Even if you don't invite your co-workers' kids, but when it comes to family, close family, friends and family, I believe that children should be there. And the reason why I have that opinion is because my parents separated when I was 3 years old, and my mother was a single mother, and it's not all the time that she could afford a babysitter. When you go to a wedding, you're already spending money on a gift or money for a card for the couple. So, and if you don't have it like that, that's extra money you have to spend on a babysitter, because not everybody has family that is willing to watch a child for free, or family in general. So you have to put that into account. But at the same time, I feel for a bride, because there is a lot of expenses and you don't want to spend extra on kids. But I'm just a person that believes that kids do matter. And then some people just don't want children at their weddings because they don't want a misbehaved child ruining the videos, which is very understandable. Which I believe, I think that at a certain age you should invite the kids. But things happen. Somebody could have gotten into an accident. Somebody could have gotten sick. Somebody could have gotten an accident. Things happen last minute. So to penalize somebody for not showing up it wasn't because they were like, screw them, I'm not showing up. And something really happened to them, and that's what caused them not to come to the wedding. So I want to get your opinions on that. I'm kind of in the middle. I understand both sides, and I heard somebody make a comment saying that if you're gonna get mad about $75, you shouldn't be having a big wedding, because $75 is a drop in the bucket compared to all the other expenses that you have to pay for a wedding. So I definitely want to get your opinions and what you guys have to say about that. The second thing I wanted to talk about was with Zendaya Coleman. I am so proud of that little girl. Well, she's not little, but I'm just so proud of her. People like Zendaya and Amanda Stenberg and Will Smith's children, but especially Zendaya and Amanda, I give them a round of applause. I love the fact that they're so conscious. They remind me of me at their ages, and it's not that I'm not super old or anything, but I'm not their ages either. And they remind me of myself, and it's so good. A lot of the child stars from my time period became bat, just crazy, bat crazy. That was Lindsay Lohan. We had Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears in 2007. We had Macaulay Culkin. All the people that people in my generation could look up to became crazy. Even just became crazy. And then Raven Simone was like one of the last people we could put hope in. The latest comments have been a little so I am so happy that these girls are proud of who they are, and Barbie saw that. Let's rewind. Zendaya's father has locks, and so she wanted to pay homage to her father and homage to little girls, saying that natural hair is beautiful. She used the Oscars platform to tell little girls that they are enough, they're beautiful, just the way God made them. And Juliana Rancic said that she smells like weed and patchouli, whatever, that oil, this oil right here, and that was very offensive, especially since a couple of weeks prior to that, when Kylie Jenner had faux locks, she said it was stylish and edgy. So it was definitely a whole big thing about Juliana being racist, and it was a whole big mess. And Zendaya wrote a beautiful letter talking about how locks are professional and beautiful, and about black women. It was just a beautiful letter she wrote. And Barbie saw how much of a great role model she is to these little girls after writing that letter, and they made a Barbie doll of her. And I was so ecstatic about it. I wanted that doll because I wanted to support everything that Zendaya represents. And when I was a little girl, I would have loved a doll like that. I didn't really have dolls that look. I think the only doll I had that looked like me was Scary Spice, but that's a whole other topic, and I'll probably make another video about that. But anyway, but of course it's negative. So there's women saying that,
why would they make a doll of Zendaya? This woman with real locks, she has fake locks, and that's just making it just bad because, you know, Zendaya, first of all, she's light skinned. Second of all, you know, those weren't even her locks, and that's the women who go on a spiritual journey for locks. That's just a slap in the face to them, and
what I have to say to those people and those people who are making those comments is kind of like this. Listen, there's a doll with locks out there. Finding a doll my complexion when I was younger was very, very hard. Now it's, you know, easier, but even still, black dolls don't come with everything. They're not as special, or they're not the star, you know. Most of the time when you go to the doll section, right? And it doesn't matter. Zendaya wore locks and showed that it was beautiful. She showed that it was beautiful. She did it as a statement to little girls, saying that you're beautiful regardless of what's on your head. You're beautiful. Your natural hair is beautiful the way it is. Black hairstyles are beautiful the way they are. A couple of months ago, Barbie did a doll on Ava DuVernay, the wonderful director who directed Selma. Ava DuVernay has real locks. So let's get this straight. Barbie has dolls that they've made in the past with women that has real locks. But when people want to point that out, they're missing the whole statement. The whole statement is showing little girls that you are beautiful, you are enough. Your natural hair is enough. You do not have to conform to European beauties of standards to say that you have made it. So, I don't know. But that's just my opinion. It kind of got, a little serious, But tell me your opinions on that. Tell me how you feel about that topic. If you have had locks before, do you find that offensive? Do you find women with faux locks offensive? Do you find it offensive? Oh, and another thing, Zendaya could have wore any hairstyle on the red carpet. She really could have. She could have wore a big natural hairstyle. She could have wore whatever, but she decided to wear locks on the red carpet, and she specifically wore it for the Oscars, and the next day she had a different hairstyle. She could have wore her hair straight, but she decided to wear locks on the red carpet to make a statement to say that women who have real locks are beautiful. And people are missing that point. But anyway, I want to get your opinion on that topic. If you have locks, do you find faux locks offensive? Just leave a comment, please. My next topic that I want to talk about is, I'm just going to keep it to 3 topics because I'm trying to keep this video short, but I don't know how that's going to be. But empire versus power, and people commenting,
why are you watching Empire? You should be building an empire.
like you could build an empire in an hour. Please get real. I am a very conscious person, yes. I am very into intellect. I read a lot, I research a lot, I study a lot. But guess what? Every now and then, I want to be ratchet. Every now and then, I want to take a break. And I want to watch something. And I believe that my mind is strong enough to handle it. You may or may not respect my opinion, but you don't have to tear me down or anybody else down who wants to watch shows like Scandal, wants to watch shows like Empire or whatever. This is a whole topic of conversation that I probably will maybe have a panel about it or whatever. But it's a whole big thing. Empire is actually opening doors for diversity on TV. 4 years ago, there was no Empire, Scandal, Hathaway. They're opening doors for all different cultures, all different races to be on TV. 4 years ago, there was no no show of color on TV except for the cartoon The Clevelands. And I remember, I think it was Essence or some magazine, or Ebony, some magazine I was reading, and it just pissed me off when they said the only black show on network television was a cartoon, The Clevelands. We've come such a long way in 4 years. And yeah, there's been black shows in the past, but ever since, we all know, since our president became the president, there has been a lot of backlash from people like,
oh, we let y'all get too far.
And I'm being very honest, and I don't care about being politically correct because I'm going to keep it 100. But it was kind of like,
we let y'all think that you could do this.
because in the 90s, let me tell you, all those shows were very empowering, and all of a sudden, there was nobody on TV, Latino, Spanish, Asian, nothing. But guess what? Those shows have opened the door. So regardless of how you feel about this or that, it has opened the door. 2 years ago, or whenever, I think it was 2 years, 12 Years a Slave came out, when they went to promote the movie 12 Years a Slave, Brad Pitt was in that movie for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They put Brad Pitt on the cover of the movie poster because they said that black people are not marketable. Last year, when the movie Gods and Exodus or whatever decided to make a movie about people that are from ancient Africa, they put white people in African clothes, and because they said that they feel as if people of color are not marketable. So Empire comes out, it's a big huge hit, and it's huge in Europe, it's huge all over, and they don't have to change the covers, they don't have to change the reality of the show. So it's opening doors, and I am so happy that there's shows like the hilarious show Fresh Off the Boat. I'm so happy there's shows like Blackish. I'm so happy there's a show, I don't know the name of the show, but a pretty East Indian woman with hazel eyes. It's like a dramatic show. She's on the cover. I am so Jane the Virgin, one of my favorite shows. Another person is open. There's doors being open. So so I cannot get mad at a show. I don't care if people say it's stereotypical, but it's opening doors. It's opening doors for everybody. It's opening doors for everybody. With that being said, it's the same thing. People are trying to pin power against Empire, and both shows are not the same, and that's why there needs to be diversity on TV. You see, the only thing I see that's similar with the show is that it's about black people with money that have black people with money that have businesses. we're so not used to that we are automatically are putting, oh, this show is better. It's not the same. Empire is a musical on network television with a husband and wife that have older children. Power is on a movie channel. It's a dramatic show, and it's about a drug dealer trying to trying to get out of drug dealing, trying to own a nightclub that has a mistress, okay, and has little children, and it's two different platforms. It's just different. You don't see us comparing Law and Order with Blue Bloods, do you? It is, or you don't see the show. What's the show? Weeds being compared to Game of Thrones. You don't see those shows. You don't see those shows being compared to each other, because you know why? There's so much white people on television that it's normal for there to be so many shows and nobody to compare them. But if there's not a lot of diversity, you're gonna compare apples to oranges and say it's the same. But if you know your apples, and if there's a lot of diversity, you're gonna know. Guess what? There's a Golden Smith apple. There's a Granny Smith apple. There's a New York apple. You're going to know there's variety. There can be varieties of the same thing, and there's enough food at the table for everyone to eat, and so everybody needs to stop pinning those two shows against each other. So I hope you like this hot topic discussion. I hope I edited this video to make it brief. I really want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment. I want to talk back to you guys. Tell me what you feel. Write your opinion. You can comment multiple times as I'm saying stuff. I hope these topics were very interesting to you, and I hope to do more. Until next time. Bye, guys.